everything you need to know about the Toyota Tacoma. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. Today, I want to talk about everything you need to know about the Toyota Tacoma. Now, these are things that we care about, right? I'm not talking about all of the detailed specs and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that the driver cares about, the owner cares about. So we're going to talk about that. Let me say one thing. First of all, I am really missing my Toyota Tacoma. It's not here, as you can see. And if you want to know what's going on, well, you got to watch some of the previous videos. So let's get into it. First of all, they are scarce new. You know, I'm kind of on a trip right now, and I've checked out some of the local dealerships here, and I'm quite a distance from where I live. And I gotta say, there aren't any around here either. You can't find them. If you want a new Toyota Tacoma, you really have two choices. One, you can hope to get one out of dealer allocation. In other words, the manufacturer sends a certain number to the dealerships every delivery period, whatever that is, and they're available. You can go in, they should have a list, and you can put your name on one, put a deposit down, which, by the way, make sure that's refundable, and get one that way. You're probably not going to get exactly what you want, though. That's the downside. The other way is to build one. You can still build the Toyota Tacoma. The problem is there's a long lead time potentially. I've heard lately as long as 5 to 6 months. Depends on where they're at in the build cycle. Number two, you don't need four-wheel drive. You know, you don't have to flex your manhood by getting a four-wheel drive if you don't need it. And I would say in most instances, they are not necessary. What really is necessary is a decent set of tires, some sort of all-terrain with a thicker tread pattern on them, you know, a little bit deeper tread pattern for snow, maybe off-roading, stuff like that. You don't need four-wheel drive unless you're going into really severe conditions. And how many people really do that with a brand new $40-some thousand truck? I would venture to say not many. A four-wheel drive is perfect. It'll save you money. It's lighter, and they're typically more readily available depending on what part of the country you're in right now. Because you see, there is this thought that if you're buying a Tacoma, you gotta have a four-wheel drive and you gotta spend that extra $2-3 grand, even if you don't need it. And I'm telling you, you don't. Number three, they are slow and have a built-in lag. This is probably my biggest ding against the Toyota Tacoma. You know, it's got this Atkinson cycle engine in it, or setup rather, and they aren't very quick. Now, if that doesn't matter to you, and I know a lot of people say, well, it's a truck, it's not a race car. Yeah, but I still like to have fun driving them, right? I like acceleration off the line. And you can take care of that throttle lag with many of the products that are out there. I use the Sprint Booster, completely transforms the Tacoma and makes it be what it should be. But just beware, if you get one after that newness wears off, you're gonna realize that it's not the quickest thing out there, and you're probably gonna have to do something to change that. Number four, fuel economy sucks, especially modded. You know, I've got bigger tires on mine. They're heavier. They are the all-terrains. They're Falcon Wild Peaks. I believe they're a 285/70 R17. They're heavier. They kind of suck the fuel economy right out of the truck. Now, a lot of people will get on and they'll tell you, they're getting 20, 26, something like that. I'd love to see it. They must be hypermilers. They must be going downhill all the time and just coasting to a stop. I don't know. Maybe it's really windy and they have a sail in the bed. I'm experiencing about 14.5 to 15.5 miles per gallon, depending on how I drive the truck. Now, I do have some other things on there that add more weight to the truck, but let's face it, if you got a Toyota Tacoma, you're probably going to do a little bit of modding. You just can't help it. Number 5, the V6 is going away. It's going to be gone. When the 4th generation Toyota Tacoma comes out, by the way, we're on the 3rd right now, if you weren't aware, we're going to have a 4-cylinder turbo. Now, the way turbos are set up today, I don't know that that's such a bad thing. I have a 4-cylinder turbo Santa Cruz, and I gotta say, it's pretty quick. 0 to 60 in less than 6 seconds. When I hit the accelerator off the line, it goes. So honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that in the Toyota Tacoma. I think it's going to be a heck of an improvement. Get rid of that throttle lag and give us some oomph. But if you're a diehard, you don't want a turbo and you don't want a 4-cylinder, I used to be that way myself, then you better grab one now while you still can if you're looking for a new V6. Because probably within the next couple of years, they're going to be gone. Number 6, they hold their value. Now, this is important if you trade them out frequently. You know, I do about every couple of years or so. So if you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, the Toyota Tacoma is the way to go. It's the number 1 or number 2 best resale value out there as far as a truck goes that you can get. I love that. Makes it a little bit less painful when I go in and get the latest and greatest, which I will be doing with the next generation Tacoma. Number 7, open your wallet. They scream for mods. You know, this is where I caught the bug. When I bought my first Toyota Tacoma, I really wasn't planning to do anything to it. You know, I had it. I loved the truck. It was a 2nd gen, I believe. But then I started to see other Tacomas out there on the road, Tacomas that people were modding. I caught the bug. I had to do it. First, I changed the tires. Then I put on a roll bar, some other things inside. It adds up after a while. You can't help it. It just screams for modifications. And I would say the Toyota Tacoma probably has the greatest number of available mods out there. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Number 8, it's one of the last manual transmissions available. As far as I know, there's only 2 right now, the Tacoma and the Jeep Gladiator. That's it. So if you're looking for a manual transmission, you better grab a Toyota Tacoma while you can, because I believe that's going to go away once the 4-cylinder turbo comes out on the next generation. I can't see Toyota maintaining a manual. Hopefully they will in the Tacoma. We shall see. But I think it's highly unlikely that one is still going to be available. And number 9, it's still the number 1 truck for a reason. Reliability. From what I see out there, it's still the most reliable truck that you can get. And I know there's stats on different sites and things that say that the Tacoma has dropped some. Keep in mind, those are probably politically motivated. In other words, they probably have some arrangements with the other manufacturers out there. I can tell you I've had 6 or 7 Toyota Tacomas and have had almost no issues with them. Little recall things that they fixed before there ever was a problem. Looks-wise, still the best-looking truck, even though it's a bit long in the tooth, still the best-looking mid-size truck out there, in my opinion. And it's amazing to me, and kudos to Toyota for creating a truck that has held up so long. It still looks up to date as far as the exterior goes, still looks just as modern as the latest entries into the market, and I think that is fantastic. Anyway, those are just a few things, everything that you need to know about the Toyota Tacoma from an owner's standpoint, from a driver's standpoint. Leave a comment. Let me know if I left anything important out. I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators, and Robmotive MT, all about compact trucks. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.